In the last video, I spoke about the price of Bitcoin and my confidence in it surviving the pressure, the negative downward pressure on it. And we also stated that it lived to fight another day because it broke the $6,000 level and it actually returned. Then I drew this triangle you see, or pennant if you'd like to call it that, on the charts, and up until then, I think it was around here, we hadn't had this part of the chart drawn yet. Like I said, it was only okay, I'm on a 2-hour chart now, so I think it was around here somewhere, or it could have even been here. The chart was only there at the time, or there. The rest of the chart hadn't been drawn. Actually, I think it was this one. So I had the triangle drawn. Let me just draw it for you here in yellow. I'm going to draw it in yellow now, just roughly. It was drawn roughly like that. I drew it roughly like that. And what has happened is, let me just get rid of this. Okay. What has happened is, because I didn't have enough chart drawn yet, obviously my triangle couldn't be accurate enough. And then after we had the drop, I think it was Friday or Saturday, and then we traded quite flat for the weekend, and then we had this little uprise. I decided to move my triangle, this bottom leg of my triangle, up to the bottom here, which still might not be as accurate as possible, but it is definitely more accurate than the first one. Now what has happened, it was since I drew that, it has been behaving almost perfectly in this triangle. And I thought, well, you know, when we get to the tip of this, we're going to break out, probably on the upside, because this is, as you can see, the lows are getting higher and higher, although the highs are staying pretty constant. The top of the triangle is pretty horizontal. So to my surprise this morning, I woke up to find that in the last couple of hours, Bitcoin had dropped like a stone and gone past my bottom leg of the triangle and broken out on the negative side. And I thought, oh well, you know, we've been, or rather I've been pretty optimistic up until now. I was quite impressed with call it the resilience of Bitcoin to withstand the negative pressure and recover just about every time that the price was brought down. And that's another thing. If you look at all these red candles here, they are long and they are almost, well, the red regions are almost vertical in one or two candles basically. This tells me that it is not natural market forces. The markets have been brought down purposely, and they whoever it is, whatever it is doing it, is trying to hold the price down. You can see the green bits, very few of them are actually vertical bits. They are in steps, more natural, which tells me when the markets are left alone to their own devices, to normal trading, the prices make their way up. And as soon as they make their way up to a certain level, somebody somewhere slams them down again. Now, the reason for this, like I said, it can only be to push the prices down so they can get in at the bottom at a better price. It's the only thing I can think of. I mean, why else would anybody want to do this? The reason I think it is definitely market manipulation is the sudden drop. I mean, it's not just a gradual downward trend. I mean, these prices are brought down in one fell swoop. They just whack down, and markets don't normally react like that. I'm not saying it's impossible, but I don't think so. And it's also on generally low volume. You'll get where the drop is, you'll get a spike in volume where somebody has dumped Bitcoin on the market to bring the price down, but around it there's no real upsurge of volume. So this tells me that we're still facing quite a bit of market manipulation. But then what got me to make this video now is, yes, this morning I got up and I had a look at my chart and I saw, oh, Bitcoin has now broken out on the negative side. There goes my optimism for Bitcoin to maintain this resistance to the forces on it. And then it goes and recovers pretty quickly, and it's now entering my triangle again. I am now, I don't know whether this makes me more confident or less confident. Every time the price is forced down like this, Bitcoin manages to recover and recover pretty well. Um, if you look at this, what has happened now, it has actually recovered almost more than what the sudden drop was worth. So, in my opinion, this is a bullish market we are in, where there are some people trying to hold the market down, and they are succeeding to a certain extent. But I don't know how long this can keep on. I am pretty sure at some point in time we've got to run out of these people or institutions or whatever they are, whoever they are, that are holding or trying to hold down the price of Bitcoin or are bringing the price of Bitcoin down. This cannot last, and I'm pretty sure that once the bullish sentiment actually overpowers or starts to overpower these negative forces pulling Bitcoin down, we are going to get quite an explosion. If I look at how the markets recover after these downward pulls, they're recovering very well. It's an extremely exciting thing to see how quickly these markets recover from. You would think on a massive long candle like you see over here, and this downward trend, you'd think that because it's happened so quickly and in such a short space of time, people would get scared and start selling and cause the price to even go further. But even I'm sure some people do that. But if they did that, it wouldn't be within that hour or within that 2 hours. It would be over a more extended period of time, and then they would slowly, the weaker hands would slowly get weaned off, and the stronger hands would be left holding the Bitcoin, and then the Bitcoin price would start to go up again. What is happening here is the price is brought down, and almost immediately it just recovers, which tells me that there are buyers out there. There's not many people who are saying, well, we are scared of what's happening now, and as soon as they see a red candle, they start to sell. That's not what's happening. I think we are in for a run pretty soon. I cannot see how this scenario can keep on forever. I mean, if you're dumping Bitcoin on the market, you're losing Bitcoin for starters. Once it's down, you've got to buy it back at the lower price. Fine. That's increasing your Bitcoin value or your Bitcoin count, but it's not putting money in your pocket. Not yet. So I think this business of slamming the price down, letting it recover, slamming it down, at some point it's got to stop. I mean, if I was in the market and I had enough Bitcoin to be doing this kind of thing, yes, I would do it 2 or 3 times, slam it down, or rather, yeah, sell at the top, slam the price down, buy in at the bottom, do that a few times, but then let the market go up so that you can actually make more profit. It's surely more work to keep doing this than to just let the market recover and do its thing, because all indications are that the market wants to rise. So why not just do it 2 or 3 times or twice or whatever, get your Bitcoin and just let it go, let it rise. It's far less work, and you're probably going to make more at the end of the day, because once this thing starts to rise, and like I said, if it goes above around the 8,000 mark, I forgot where my support levels are now, but once it goes above that, I think people are going to see it, and the FOMO is going to set in, and people are going to do exactly what they did last year in December when the price went crazy. They're going to start buying for fear of missing out. And that is when the price is going to spike, because last year it started from around, what is it, maybe $2,000 or something. It was a low value up until 20 from when it really started. Here we are hovering around $6,500. If it starts at $6,500 and you go the same percentage up, you're looking at one hell of a spike. And I think when this market is allowed to just do its thing, I think we are going to see that spike. And it's coming pretty soon. Well, every day that this goes on, we are a day closer to that spike happening, to that market frenzy happening. I am very, very bullish about Bitcoin at the moment. I am amazed at how it has withstood the downward forces trying to pull it down. I think there's a lot of people out there that are willing to buy and are willing to pay. So yeah, that is my take on Bitcoin for the moment. There's not much else happening. There's on the Dignity front, there's no news there. They have said in their last newsletter that, or rather I think it was, could have been a tweet on Twitter from Troy, that there are still a few people who need to be sorted out on a private basis. I would consider myself one of them. As I said, I have some coins stuck in a Unity wallet, which somehow has been awarded the new Dignity token, because there was Dignity token in there, the old one, but it hasn't been awarded the gift token. So I don't know why they awarded the new dig tokens to that wallet but not the gift tokens. I have contacted support, and I'm hoping to get that sorted out soon. So I might be one of those few people that they're talking about that still needs to be sorted out. That remains to be seen. I haven't heard from them yet, so I'll keep you informed in that regard. Other than that, there hasn't been any news on, or rather from Arbitrade, but the price on Lifecoin is doing well. I think people are now starting to see the value in this coin, and definitely after those videos of the golden hands and Len Schutzman doing his speech at the Nelson Mandela Memorial, I think people are starting to get the picture now that this is not a joke. This is not a fad. This is not a scheme, a Ponzi scheme, or whatever they'd like to call it. This is a legit business, and it's going to be huge, and that is why it is taking so long. I'll be sure to update you as soon as we know anything, and if there's any news on my lost or trapped tokens, I will let you know as well. That's it from me. Let's make some money.